Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through!
Greetings, guys and gals, and welcome to Fumble Through!
Fumble Through!
A podcast that breaches the airways through that great invention, electricity, and permeates its sound waves right into your ear holes. That's right, we're bringing it old school here in the Fumble Factory, returning to the good old days when men were men, women were women, and sub-races like half-elves were not spoken of. With that in mind, Luke should be right at home as his people managed to subjugate much of the world, a fact which he mostly stays quiet about. Speaking of a man who just won't stay quiet.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You know, that's the first fumble through I've missed because I didn't know you were starting with that weird voice.
Why not? I'm going to talk like this all the time.
That's his work voice.
That's how I speak all the time.
way, this beard.
At some point, I always wanted to speak like, you know how in the old timey they were a lot faster? Like, what are you doing there? Hey, Lindsay, where are you going? I don't know what you're doing here, but you shouldn't be here at all. It's like, does your brain work that fast speaking like that? Anyway, now we get that time of golden goodness where we explore the contents of the Fumble Fridge. What have we in store this week for our lovely listeners to crack open? Wait, just a reminder to everyone, drink responsibly, especially if you're in charge of a vehicle or will be in charge of a vehicle.
Impetuous boy!
How dare you tell me?
Oh, that was waiting for
You son of a bitch.
Today is a Big Shed Brewing drink, a smash pale ale called Smash Gordon, flavour of the universe.
It looks so good.
It does look
It
good.
really looks great.
And it's got Impetuous Boy, Gordon's alive, Smash, I love you, but we only have 14 hours to brew this beer.
I love it.
On
Look at the ring
I'm
pull.
so
Even the
annoyed.
ring
It's
pull's
gonna
great.
alive, you bastard.
It's the summer of Smash. Our single malt and single hop pale ale incorporates Gladfield American ale malt and US Brew One hops to create a clean and refreshing pale and punchy pineapple and grassy notes. Enjoy responsibly, as Justin said. It's a 4.5% alcohol, but again, bought for the can because it was very, very appealing. But knowing Justin is off the brews, I also have got him a Heaps Normal cold beer. It's a too good to be wasted, delicious, refreshing, non-alcoholic beer. Another lager.
Oh, thank you so much. That's very nice of you to think of me. Oh, wow.
Because, you know, it's weird drinking with Justin not having a beer.
Not having anything. So this is like
weird.
an alcoholic, non-alcoholic one.
It's a non-alcoholic. I think
It's less than 0.05% ABV.
Is it?
Oh, apparently.
I thought it was 0.
I don't know.
It says non-alcoholic, which
Yeah,
is
it
why I
does say
bought it.
non-alcoholic.
What's it like? Because Justin's taking a photo. I can't drink. Oh, hello. So this is a smash ale. So it'll have fruity notes and shit. Is that right? Is that what you're getting? What's the
I like that one.
I'll be honest, they're all starting to blend in.
Can I just say, look, as I am not
They're all
drinking
delicious.
the beer, I would like to live vicariously. So describe what it's what's
light.
it like? What's it like?
It's
living?
very light. Like the color, it's very crisp. It's a little cloudy. I prefer a clearer brew, but it doesn't impact the
Oh dear.
So
this is one. I'm glad we only have the 1 4-pack here.
Big Shed Brewing from South Australia, from Royal Park in South Australia. Well done on
little
Old
bit
Port
malty.
Road. Yeah, a little malty.
Very little. Yeah, not much. But
It had a little kind of that sour kind of
super smooth.
undertone. It's very
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, again, a little lemonade in there wouldn't go astray if you wanted to kind of have a Sunday afternoon.
Like a lager top.
Yeah. I think we call them shandies.
Have you ever?
No, it's a different thing.
Have you ever put?
Shandy's half, yeah.
Oh, right. Is a lager top just a little
So
kind
like
of...
a lager dash. So the difference between a lager
Right.
dash, lager top, lager dash, the lemonade goes in first into a small bit.
Yeah.
Then you top it up.
Right.
Lager top is you go all the way up, almost fill the glass, and then a squeeze on
Oh,
the lemonade
okay.
at the
Yeah,
top.
that's all it needs.
So your first mouthful, it just leads you into the actual beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. How's that Heaps Normal?
Well, I was just about to say, has anyone ever, instead of using lemonade, used ginger beer to put inside beer? That could be something
Where could you
amazing.
get- I need more of these in my life. These are amazing. I'm gonna buy
Always.
some of these.
Greenslope Cellars, beautiful bottle O, my favourite bottle O. You can catch them on
Smash
give me-
Gordon.
Yeah, they're absolutely amazing.
What else
at
have we had by
Greenslope
this
Cellars.
company? Have we?
I don't think we've had
you
anything
sure?
by Big Shed. I don't think we've had a Big Shed before.
Big bold shed.
I'm looking at the collection.
Yeah, we
over there,
can't
I'm
really
like,
go through the
there
collection.
is
We need to
only-
make it look.
There's only one on there that I would probably avoid again, and that's the and then not because it wasn't nice, but because it messed my head. Was
Oh,
the
right.
Voodoo Ranger?
No,
really?
there
That
was
was
one
the
that
Simpsons
Oh,
everybody.
there was one that I
yeah.
can't see that can though, but the Voodoo Ranger
Yeah.
is the only one I can
The
see. from
Voodoo
here.
Ranger was a very hot day. We were
nice.
off that
Yeah.
day.
I don't think that was the beer.
Yeah, it was a strong beer though.
In fairness, we still all owe Lindsay an apology for that night.
No, we don't.
Oh, look at him graciously shrugging his shoulders and looking at the
I'm pretty
floor
sure you got-
with one singular
He doesn't
tear.
care. He's a cat man,
Yeah,
eh?
one singular
You're
tear.
apologize. Yeah, I'm working. I'm not working. Fuck it. I'll drink all day if I want to.
Cardiac problems gone. Drinking all
And
day.
Vivian can't talk, so all she has to do is listen to me. So
Yeah, fair enough.
She does just a swift backhand.
Right. I'm going to try this.
she does crawl away a lot, though.
Heaps normal. Another. How did you know it was ginger beer? It's
not ginger
to
beer,
be
it's just
wasted.
beer.
Heaps normal, cold beer.
That's
Okay.
just beer.
So this is a
That's another
non-alcoholic
nice
beer.
looking can as well, eh? Mm.
Something like a brain on there, is it?
It is a brain
Yeah.
with legs and a paintbrush.
What's it like, Justin?
It's very
Ginger?
refreshing, but it's also very it's watery. It's like it's not as bold as a soft drink. It's certainly not as bold as a beer. It's very subtle. It's like it's like a weak cordial almost.
Right. So just to let you know, I drank that beer earlier, and that's what comes out.
Oh, that tracks.
That's why it's darker.
Could I suggest a doctor? Because it's carbonated.
I pulled out all the lumps.
He put it through the soda stream first.
Why is your pee carbonated? Does anyone want to try?
No, thanks.
Good, thank you.
Okay, yeah, that
proper
was
beer.
No, we got to share a Smash Gordon later.
yeah, that's the fourth one. I love it.
Yep.
Look, I guess it has been a very long time that we are inside the Fumble Factory, and we have done something so often. It's called the Dicey Question. However, it's now time for something completely different. As we have pivoted with the podcast in general, we're pivoting with the Dicey Question for this week. So over to you, Lindsay.
So, when we started these characters, we went through the Tash's Hideous Laughter. No, Tash's Guide to Everything, was it?
It was Xantha's guide
Xantha's
too,
guide.
and it was also there's an element of that also in the
Right.
player's handbook as well.
And the rolling of extra
Yes.
things to flesh out the.
I think Tasha's has additional ones as well.
All right.
But,
Well,
yeah.
I kind of want to do one of them.
Okay,
I want us to create, over the next couple of episodes, I want us to create our own
backup.
role-playing character guide creator. Like, we're not talking class. I think that should be picked before you roll this, but I want, I don't know, maybe a D20 of options that you roll the D20 and it will give you an option of something that you have to add into your character's story or...
Just like a background generator, not a stats generator.
Yeah, role-playing guide.
So we're creating a character. Does Luke need to go shopping for
No,
a
we're
miniature?
not creating a character. Not yet, anyway.
I'm already getting anxious.
We're going to go around the table once and we're going to add something to my list, which we will then add to this Fumble Through roleplay.
Under what category? Are you going to give us a category and then we've got to add something to the category?
No, I think we just, whatever
Just
you
anything
feel like. Yeah.
random.
Yeah, so,
So we're creating the generator.
yes, we're generating the generator.
Right. Okay.
So you don't want to do it as like a broad personality or background
No,
or
I think-
physical attributes. You just randomly want
Random things that could, so it could be physical attributes, it could be alignment, because I think a lot of people play only alignments that they're used to. I want stuff that will make us create, that will help force the character in something. So, you could even put like personality traits like sneaky, and then if you are a paladin and you get the personality trait sneaky, suddenly you got to somehow figure out how to make a sneaky paladin.
So what do you get if you add these to your character?
It's just to help
Fun.
you. Yeah, it's just to help you create.
Right. Great
So,
payoff.
a
Are
while-
you having fun?
A while ago, you guys were like, I don't really understand my character. This will help
Yeah,
you
that's right.
But we
create the
went
role
through this
play for your
process
character.
with our characters,
Yes.
and yet we still didn't understand them.
Yes. So, yes. So we're going to do that.
Okay. let's do this.
Yeah.
So I just then, what I'm going to do, if this is okay with you, Lindsay, is post this on the socials under the dicey question. And I think one of the social medias we're on, you can put comments in.
Yep.
So why don't you people at home also add your flavour and we can incorporate that to our list?
Okay.
I quite like that.
Yep. Let's do it.
So whatever comments you put on there, I will vet, and the 3 that I like will we'll figure out how to add to the list. Now, a peek behind the curtain, we're recording in advance, so we're not going to get that list for a little while.
Hey, we could start off with the D20, but we could end up with the D100 at the end.
That'd be great. And you roll a D20 3 times, but go to each next group of 20.
It's the beginning of the Fumble 3 character generator.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love it. I've got such a great idea. Well, I think it's great.
FTG is what I'm going to call it.
F2G!
Would you like to go first then?
Sure. Okay. So it's a alignment / personality / physical attribute kind of thing. In that the character has a dual personality, which has a juxtaposition on alignment. So one personality, say for example, is good neutral, and then the other one when he flips to the next one is evil chaotic, or
Nice. Nice.
or a mix of any of the alignments, but it has to be like diametrically opposed. It can't be like lawful good and then lawful neutral or something like that. It has to be full on opposite ends of the spectrum.
Nice. I like it.
So when do you switch? How do you switch?
Well, this is the thing. You need. So that would be the next. You need to figure a trigger.
Yeah.
You need to decide a trigger. So whether it could be like combat, and you flick to your your evil persona when you're in combat.
Or if you use a rage power, or right,
or
gotcha.
if you're a paladin, you
cool.
heal yourself
as you
and you
smite.
flick. Yeah.
Like in the there's a movie, an old movie with Danny Kaye called The Court Jester, where he is they get him hypnotized, and every time somebody clicks their finger, the court jester turns into the great Giacomo, who is the world's greatest swordsman. So he's like, I will kill you like this. And he's like, and turns into a swordsman. And he's like, you'll die like this. He's like, oh shit. And then he has to run away and stuff. He doesn't say oh shit because it's an old movie. It's a lovely movie.
And if you haven't seen that movie, go back and watch it. The Vessel in the Pestle has the brew that is true.
The Flagon with the Dragon has the pellet with the poison, but the Vessel with the pestle has the brew that is true.
Go and watch it. It's very, very clever.
Yeah.
Takes a bit of time, but it's very
a bit
clever.
old. It's
You get to
a
see
different generation of movies. It's got like a Robin Hood character. The Black Fox is in it. I once
baby's
based a
ass.
character off that
Very cool.
guy. The Black Fox.
I was more remembering the baby's ass.
Yeah.
Or something like daytime, nighttime.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, night
Night
guy.
guy.
Exactly.
Night guy.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right. Have you got one, Brett?
No.
Okay, I've got one.
Okay.
I've got one. Your character is moth-like in the fact that it must move towards bright lights. So when it is in complete darkness, you suffer like some kind of...
so pretty.
Yeah, or like I was going to say like a depression or something like that. But you are mesmerized like a deer in headlights and you must move towards bright lights.
How does that work when he's in a dungeon and he's got a torch?
He stays
Hold it in front
stationary.
of you. Better hold it in front of you like a carrot. You are constantly burned.
Do you need more time?
I've got the start of something, but it takes me a little while to kind of hone it in.
Okay.
So brainstorm with me, gentlemen. I think your character must only eat with their hands.
Okay.
So even at a formal dining setting, you must eat with your hands. Even if it's soup, you must eat with your hands.
I quite like that. I was like, you didn't get me till you said soup. And I was like, oh, that's good. Yeah. I imagine like that uncouth farmer, kind of barbarian type, just.
But I'm imagining the charisma-based, high charm, eating
do
at the
that.
table at the
It's
Lord's.
like that
at the
Indiana
Lord's Manor.
Jones and when he goes into India and they're having in the Temple of Doom.
Yeah, eating the brains.
In the brains,
I
and they're
think-
all eating with their
I think
fingers.
it's kind of good that we're all going, since we're starting off on a D20, the low numbers are kind of detrimental.
Is that 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
That's good.
later on,
what about you?
We could flesh them out. So I was thinking,
You could randomize them.
yeah, we could.
I was going to say we roll the D20, and that's what the number is.
That's a good idea.
Ah. That seems too hard.
Okay.
I was
Who'd
thinking
want to roll
something
a
about.
dice at this table?
Well, I mean, it's the more the fact that you're going to have to then.
Yeah.
There's one for a lot of different campaigns, but I was thinking like the mass damage table, you know, where if you roll mass damage, you lose an arm or you lose a eye or whatever.
Mhm.
Something like that. So you roll on that at the beginning.
So yours is a table within a table.
Yep. Yep.
Just to make it easy.
Fucking hell.
You roll this one and then you roll a d6 and you either
It's
lose.
on a D6.
I don't know.
And the first one on that is a roll
Left
to see
eye.
which finger.
Yeah. Left eye, left
The
arm.
table of fingers that you
Yeah,
have to
finger
do.
table.
The finger table. And then the toe
Missing
table.
body part.
Tassel
I'll call it.
table.
Yeah. You've also got the coin of flip which eye.
No. It's 1, 2, 3. Left eye. 2 is left arm. 3 is left leg.
Gotcha.
4, 5, 6. Right eye, right leg. Right arm, right leg kind of thing.
Oh, ears and noses and head, shoulders, knees and toes don't play. Your bottom.
You're
Can
just-
you amputate the bottom? All right,
I
carry
need a
on.
bigger table for that.
Yeah. All right.
I'll
that's
just put
good.
missing
I
body
do
part.
like that though. I do like missing body part. That's a.
I'll just put missing body
Are we,
part. and
are we
can
doing
go.
more than one tonight?
I got another one.
I've got another one as well.
Oh, we're
Well,
gonna
it
have the
depends. We can do more or can do more next week.
Do
or-
more.
Okay.
Let's get this FGT started.
Okay.
FTG.
Can I just do my second one? Yeah?
Even if we're not writing them down, I
Okay,
think
cool.
it's good
So I've got one.
discussion.
So whenever you enter a settlement, a town, city, you are always uncannily mistaken for a sexually promiscuous person that looks just like you. And you have to roll to see if the mayor of the town, whose daughter you have bedded, throws you out.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the mayor of the town has had an affair with you. It's very politician-like.
Oh, we've all lived that, Luke. We all know what that's like.
I've got another one.
Okay. Remember, they don't always have to be bad.
No, I
Of
know.
course they do. Of course they do.
You were brought up in a monk settlement where monks don't
I like it.
speak. So
I like it.
you were never taught how to speak in an appropriate volume at any given time. So
So you're
when you
always
speak,
shouting.
you're either too loud or too soft.
Nice.
Please let me do a monk with that.
That's great. So good.
I'm just putting volume control issues.
Yeah. Just imagine if you were brought up in a place where everyone's silent. You just were like, I just want to talk to someone. And you have no, hello?
Do you have another one, Brett?
Yeah, again, thinking about, being able to draw a weapon from your pack as a free action rather than a move action. So get it out quickly, but you've got a D20 chance of dropping your weapon because you've got greasy fingers.
Why have you got greasy fingers?
Because you can get that stuff out so fast. It's like, I don't know. I'm
Or even-
brainstorming
What
here.
about
thought the greasy fingers could
the
go-
flourish of it? Like you're so in control. You're like, I'm the best in the world at this, but you do it with such flourish that every now and then you just
Every now and then you just drop it. It's
So
like
thinking a
that.
little bit
You
like
either-
Val
you either-
Kilmer in Willow, where he
yeah,
goes,
you either nail it or drop it.
Well, I was
Yeah.
watching drum videos and watching drummers pull,
Oh, yeah.
spin sticks,
Yeah.
and then they drop them occasionally and
Yeah.
pull another one out. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's that. It's that you can pull the weapon or something out of your pack as a free action, no problem. But there's a
50-50 chance you drop it.
20% chance you'll drop it.
Okay.
And now all I can think of is that the willow where
Yeah.
he flips the sword and then flips over,
Yeah.
flips over in the
Yeah.
snow. It's so good.
Love
Yeah.
it. Love
That's
it.
good.
You got another one, Linz?
So I'm going to go another table within a table.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I didn't know we could do lists within lists.
Yeah.
So-
I reckon we
Brett's in his element.
where you're from.
You sexy thing.
So I'm thinking like, so you've got urban environment, you're from an urban environment, you're from the wilderness, you're
Yep.
from snow mountains. Because I love the idea of being something like a druid,
Mm.
but you're born and raised in a city. And your whole druidic
A concrete
craft
druid.
is a little box garden.
and you're super allergic to the outdoors.
And you've got a pigeon.
Little biosphere.
Yeah, and you got a pigeon as a animal companion because it's the only animal in the city.
Where you're carrying around a bonsai tree and that's it, right?
Yeah.
You can't- like, what are those the little
Zen
terrariums, like in a glass jar?
yeah.
You've just got a little terrarium in there.
But I think it'd be great for, fleshing out like how your character acts.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, I like
Well,
it.
see, I've just
Snowy
got one.
barbarian.
Now I've got another one out of that. It's a druid thing. Sorry, can we keep going? Is that
Yeah,
Yeah.
so? You get an animal companion, but it's a sourdough starter.
Right.
I like it.
so you have to
You got
bake a bread companion
Yeah.
and keep some
You
left.
feed
Like
it
the
every
gingerbread
day.
man.
No,
Yeah.
you can make bread for free every day, but you've got to feed your animal companion just a bit of flour and a bit of water every day.
Oh, dear.
Tiggly-boo.
It's like some kind of ooze or something like that.
That's good. I like that. I was trying to remember what the name of the familiar is. It's a little tree man that I had.
Oh
What was
yeah,
that called? I can't remember the name of their race. The creature's
little
called.
treant.
They called him Stick Man.
Groot. It was something like Stickens or something like that, wasn't it?
I'll be there in there.
Yeah.
Only there was some source of all the information in the world at
Yeah,
your
good luck.
fingertips.
He'd have to look up a rule book. That's not going to happen.
Nonsense. I get the internet to do it.
So my theory is we do this for a couple of weeks
Right.
and then we make a character
Mm-hmm.
And use it.
and that's going to be our next character that
Oh.
one of us dies at the table.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So that
Not including characters that already exist, obviously. So
but that
I know
adds
some of you
a
guys
lot
have
more
more.
incentive to you at home to add
Mhm.
to the list because,
To mess with it.
yep, you can really add some flavor here. That's great. That's a good idea, Linz. I like that.
I mean, I've got a really simple one that I just think is hilarious. Cross-eyed. You're just cross-eyed.
2020 vision, cross-eyed.
Cross-eyed.
our characters are just going to be there's going to be no more charismatic characters in this.
Your character constantly suffers with ingrown toenails. It's just
I did consider it like a perpetual athlete's foot issue
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah. You're
Animal
just
companion,
you are
fungal
just,
infection.
you are just constantly sweaty and moist. Like, just always.
I've got a list
sweaty
within a
and-
list. Those animal companions. One's sourdough starter. One's a fungal infection in your foot. One's
Oh, so you took a fungus druid.
Slow mold, armpit
Yeah, yeah,
infection. Yeah.
a weeping eye.
Yeah.
But just pink eye.
Conjunctivitis.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
pink eye all the time.
dandruff.
yeah.
Yeah. Why
You're
are
a
you
ranger.
why are you just looking around the table and picking stuff that you can see?
Yep. Someone's got an extraordinary large butt crack.
Conjunctivitis, and it tells you where to shoot when you fire your bow. Left a bit, right a bit.
There is actually I don't remember
Like a
if
laser
it's
sight.
like
Homing in.
Pathfinder. Doesn't Pathfinder have a tumor mage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a tumor.
It's a little tumor that can disconnect and
Just gonna. Sorry,
Twiggin.
Petrifern.
Petra.
Petrofan.
Twiggin. Oh, I like that better, actually.
You're twigging. As I look around the table, the non-alcoholic beer is going down all right. Lindsay and I are doing pretty well with the smashed Gordon. Luke, how you going, bud?
What are you trying to say?
Luke's reaching
was
towards.
thirsty.
Yeah, he's reaching towards my can at the moment.
I smashed my Gordon. What can I say?
Oh, nice. Well,
You
good.
enjoyed that one.
I did.
Yeah.
Very much, actually.
Crack the other one if you want.
Nah, I'll wait.
Do it.
I'll do the right thing and wait.
Do it early so you can drive.
She'd be right.
Be responsible.
I am. It's not that much.
I
It's
know,
just
it's
a
only
1.2.
1.2.
This is
It's not like
a light
the
one
usual-
for us,
yeah.
isn't it? 1.2. Can afford these for the usual 1 minute.
Oh, I mean, drink responsibly. So I actually quite like the idea of a nice table that we've got.
yeah. Well, I thought about it, and then if we do this and it works out well, we could then start a fumble through fumble chart.
Yeah.
I actually really like this idea.
I do
Actually,
too.
A through chart.
I don't know how I'm going to post it every week, but that's Brett's problem in the future.
oh, it's Lindsay's problem in the future as well. Now that he's a kept man, so
Oh, yeah. Get on your social media game, Lindsay.
Yeah, I've been a bit slack. Sorry.
He's been having naps.
I did have a nap today. It was lovely.
Shut up.
Fuck you.
oh,
I worked hard.
I made 13 nachos and 42 peanut butter sandwiches or jam sandwiches or something.
Mm. What?
Tuck shop.
I was going to say, are we hungry?
It's just a normal breakfast for me.
So, I'm sorry. So you volunteered at your primary school tuck shop that your kid goes to.
Mhm.
And ate all the
Okay.
food, yeah.
I was going to say, and they let you near the food?
Now I know where it is.
love cooking.
There was a beautiful. The tuck shop convener
It's
is
like
a.
Slimer from Ghostbusters.
She's a fantastic cook. Yeah.
I still the hot dog sticking out his mate.
Yeah, except Michelle the convener makes a beautiful butter chicken, and I had to dole out the butter chicken,
Oh.
and yeah, some of it might have gotten misplaced.
Were you like butter chicken? Oh, come on.
No,
I'm allowed to do that because our parents are Indian.
no, you're still not allowed to do it.
Still not okay.
Okay.
Still not okay.
Because I make
Because you're-
voices all the time.
Part goblin.
Oh, come on, little scotch. Just a little scotch.
shout out a throwback to our, yeah. Oh, that was nicely played.
Yeah.
Oh, that hurt. The hot dogs in Brett's mouth is what got me. That was great. Coming out of the freezer.
And they're just super dupers.
Quelches is what they're called. And I would go the traffic fruit rather than the quelch. Yeah, I'll send you a photo at about midnight tonight when that's a reality.
Yo.
Can I just take this moment to set your mind on a path, the woodlands, near a large mountain range, right near the coast. We zoom in to a town called Fandolin, where a bunch of people, young, old, middle-aged, I don't know how birds are aged, but have a cart all loaded up with a cow. Does anyone remember the cow's name?
Daisy.
No,
Anyone?
I
Anyone?
did not write the cow's name down.
I forgot we had a cart.
I wrote the guy's name down. Turbol.
Tybor.
Tybor.
Come on,
I've got an R in it.
Turbo.
Turbo-tastic.
I'm going to go Quinny. Quincy. Quinton.
Quince.
You got a Q fetish going on tonight?
That's just what I remember.
Right. Fuck you.
Anyone else? Luke, do you want to have a stab at this?
Daisy was my only shot there.
Daisy,
Daisy the cow.
I don't know. Cow.
Vincent.
Vincent?
Vincent Van Cow. And it's an ox. So
I
don't
don't
milk
remember
it.
that at all.
No,
Yeah.
I don't
No,
actually.
well, you guys went there.
Don't milk it.
Oh, I stopped listening because I wasn't there.
Yeah. So we will focus in on our
What did he call his ox a cow?
adventurers, our brandish party of adventurers. Perhaps leaving? Were you on the way out of town?
Yeah, we had a sleep and then we kind of just went, get in the cart without explaining anything.
And
That's right. I'm just going to knock one of the exhaustion levels off my character.
the exhausts off the off
Kick
the
the
car.
exhaust
The
on the
exhaust
car.
has fallen off.
Yeah, lower it. Put some mags on. And we focus in on the smallest member of the party as he regales a tale.
Has he done it this time?
I have.
He's had nothing but time.
The land is gripped by fear. A town cowers in the shadow of a terrifying beast. A dragon, unchecked and unchallenged, leaves destruction in its wake. But in the face of this overwhelming threat, 3 brave heroes rise to the challenge with a fierce determination burning within their hearts. They set out on a perilous journey to seek aid and find a way to defeat the mighty dragon. Their quest leads them to a remote hunting lodge. They hope to find the knowledge and tools they need to triumph against the beast. The fate of the town and all who dwell within it rests upon their shoulders, and they will stop at nothing to save those in need.
Nice. I like how they did it as an 80s movie trailer. Very good.
Basically, same as always, we're on another random quest to try and find something where we'll probably not get anything useful. And then,
Fetch quest.
How
That's right.
come
It's
you-
just like an episode of Mandalorian.
You didn't acknowledge Vincent as one of the heroes on this trek?
no.
Rude. Roll him on that chart. Cross-eyed Vincent.
He has to prove himself first
Okay, fair enough.
before he becomes a member of the Stonebirds. And also, we have to return him.
Oh, you didn't make that clear when we picked up the cart. with
Oh,
the-
yeah. He's just he's a rental.
Oh, he's a loner, is he?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a rental cart.
I'll drive it like it's stolen. then.
I'm perched on his rear end picking ticks off him.
Yes. We will have to pay for him if he dies.
How much is it?
What's the going rate on Nox?
Well, I'll try and negotiate that if that happens, but I don't want to pay for him. So let's try and keep him alive as number one priority. Well, number two priority. Number one is keeping ourselves alive, and then we will try and see if anyone at this Hunter's Lodge can help us kill a dragon.
And off you trundle. Northwards from Fandolin. Luke, can you roll a d20?
I certainly can.
Brett, can you roll a d10 with a 0 on it? And Lindsay, can you roll a d10 without without two numbers? So you're rolling the 10s, Brett. You're rolling the second.
I just
roll
4.
50.
The weather, as you
Oh,
set
do you want to know
out...
I rolled?
Wait. The weather that you set out with is clear. Unlike the last couple of days, but there is a chill in the air as winter is starting to come. A chill is coming. What did you roll on the d20?
I
there?
rolled 2 nice legs, 11.
From the space ahead of you, probably maybe 2 days march from here, you can see the woodlands is amiss, birds flying up through the trees. The wings of a dragon are slightly seen just in the distance,
2 days travel.
in the direction that you are going.
Fuck, we have good vision.
Yeah, well, I do because I'm a bird, but you know.
Are you sure Vincent is required to be returned? Because
Well,
may provide some bargaining power.
We have to try our
I
best.
did point that out. That there's a dragon out there, and worst comes to worst, we'll deal with it when it comes. We might return home and, Vincent's owner's been eaten and we never have to pay if poor Barthen gets eaten. But it looks like we're heading in the right direction.
Perhaps we can return Vincent iced up.
Vincent on ice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is anybody actually concerned about what we've just seen?
Well, what are we going to do? Turn around and wait in that town?
I'm concerned.
Yes.
I'm concerned that there are people out there that might need to be aware
Are
of
there?
what's-
Do we know there are?
Yes,
The Falcons Lodge is
I'm
out there.
concerned there are people right here that are going to be in trouble with the dragon. And what about poor Vincent?
Well, worst comes to worst, the dragon comes this way. We run in alternate directions, and he'll eat Vincent.
You are the shortest person here. Do you think you're going to run?
Isn't that
don't need to be the fastest runner. I just need to be faster than you.
That's not going to
Correct.
happen.
Correct.
I
Correct.
always
Let's go
thought
with
that
that.
would be okay with a dragon. You don't need to be the
Yes,
shortest.
that's true.
The taller you are, the easier a target you are because they have to swoop in and get you.
Thank you, Almighty God. It's true.
Oh, thank you for finally realizing.
I'm the mere snack to that.
I'm uncomfortable with
D&D.
the...
You're an aperitif.
Mm.
He would swallow me whole, and I'd just crawl out the other end.
That's right. The moose bouche, you might say, before he gets the others.
I'm not sure what the words you are using are, but I think I'm offended.
And so that offence continues as you travel throughout the day. It's not a bad little trek that you have up the road. The game trail that you eventually move off onto towards through the Neverwinter Woods is it's quite open. It's easy for the ox that you have with the wagon behind it to go through it, and eventually you make your way into a small copse, almost alongside a river. A thin fog surrounds a fortified compound standing in a clearing on the east side of a very narrow river. A 10-foot-high log palisade surrounds the compound, whose main building is a 2-story stone and wood affair with a high-pitched roof, gables, windowed shutters, and a stone chimney. Attached to the main building is a blocky tower of grey stone, its high roof lined with battlements. Other structures include a 2-story stable house and a gatehouse whose flat roof is enclosed by iron railings. A stone bridge spans the river, ending before an oaken door set into the gatehouse's outer wall. Mounted next to the door is a bell with a short rope hanging from its clapper.
Ding, ding,
Finally.
ding, ding.
A residence that's taken some kind of attention to preparedness in case of attack. This place looks mightily fortified. Very useful indeed.
Yes, it
Those
seems.
battlements, it's one of the best battlements I've ever seen.
Can we see if there's been any movement of anybody
no.
around in the vicinity?
I've seen a battlement or two.
Yep. You can see very clearly a short time after the bell goes, the front doors of the main keep open, and a elderly man, grey hair, stooped over a little bit, gnarled a little bit after years of hard kind of slog, makes his way fairly slowly. On the way past, he stops near like a hay bale and picks up something that looks like a stick, and you can see him string the bow and pick up some arrows as well. As he walks towards the gatehouse, he climbs up the stairs of the gatehouse to the top, and he assesses it, and he says, "Who are you? Announce yourselves.
J.R. Lockwood and the Stonebirds.
What's your business
And Vincent
here?"
the cow. We are heading. Is this Falcons Lodge?
Yes.
We are here to stay the night, if possible.
Where are you from?
We're from Van Dalen. We are on a trail to deliver provisions to Tybor.
Very good. And he kind of disappears, and you can see, like, you know, he moves down, and then you hear clunk, and then the gatehouse opens, and he says, "Please be welcomed. The master will greet you soon enough. Please follow." And he kind of moves you along a little bit, all the way to a stable house where he gestures to a small boy around the age of 11 or 12 who comes out, grabs Vincent the oxen and takes it into the stables, starts, you know, unhitching the cart itself. And, you know, the two of them get to work for a second. And eventually the old man comes to you and he says, "My name's Corwin. Anything that you need, you can just ask for that there." And he kind of motions to the young man who is working on the ox. His name's Pell. He's not one for talking, so don't even try. Please come. And he kind of walks once again all the way into the stable, inside the main area of the courtyard, or not the courtyard, the building.
We're just
Refilling.
refilling the smash.
I got very distracted by that.
It's like sticking your hand into a one of many holes, you know.
You're trying to get the reference in. You can't remember what it's called, can
I
you?
got nothing. What is it called?
I can't remember. I think Timothy Dalton's character's place in the forest, isn't it? Where the guy gets stuck in the wrist by the animal that's in the middle.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
Sorry. I knew where you were going.
I was trying my best. Words are not my friend today. Welcome to a podcast.
As you are walking around, you see that in addition to the main house that's in here, there's the hunting lodge grounds has like a guest house, I guess, that seems a little bit more adorned or fancy than the rest of it. Maybe made from wood. The conjoined stable house, there's a smithy, there's an outhouse, there's pens that hold various livestock like chickens and those kinds of livestock.
But where are all the bloody hunters?
Well, at this point, you don't see any of those hunters.
Anything?
Is there there's lots of livestock and horses and stuff, or?
Not lots of livestock at all. Like, you see a couple of horses inside the stables. It doesn't look like, you know, as you're walking around, it doesn't look like there's anyone else.
So no movement? Does it not seem like it's been like a busy, like just movement of large groups of people or anything like that?
No.
How many people would we be expecting to see in this settlement?
Well, you know that Falcon lives here.
What was the caretaker's name?
Corwin.
Corwin.
Corwin. Just this way, sirs. And, ma'am, looking at the bird. What do I address you as?
They, them.
What?
Exactly. Let's go.
Okay, just this way then.
No,
Corwin,
them.
how many people could be accommodated in your lodge?
As many as the master deems appropriate at any time.
It seems like it's a well equipped and very fortified abode.
That's what draws people here.
You should be congratulated.
it's mostly Falcons work. The master works hard keeping this place.
Are we still generally? Are we in the outside area still? Or are we inside?
Yeah, he's walking you towards a large lodge house. And as you get through to the stairs, you start moving up into a massive dining hall. The dining hall is roughly about 60 foot long and about 30 foot wide. There are pillars with a giant oaken, like a giant oaken table that sits right in the middle, adorning the walls of the room. You can see heads of deer and the other kinds of trophies. Like this is a real hunting. Like you can see stuffed animals. There's a set of stairs that go up onto a ledge because
so it's quite high.
Yeah, it's 2 stories, but the whole middle of it is open, so it's quite lofty.
Okay.
But the second story is just basically like a little, I guess like a museum walk as you walk around where there's stuffed animals and those kinds of things. And you can see what looks fairly fresh behind a bar, some kegs, some ales. Mounted on the wall is a series of orcs' heads.
How fresh do they look?
One of them looks pretty fresh. They look like they're there.
Do they look
they've
familiar?
been there for a while.
Or do all the orcs look the same to us?
I mean, you don't know them personally.
No, but are they the ones that we came into contact with that ran off?
You're not really sure. So
Can I take a perception check to see?
it's
I
very.
rolled a 19 that's sitting here that I haven't had a chance to use yet.
It's there. I don't know that you would be able to tell.
Okay.
It's like looking at a deer that's mounted on a wall and going, I know him. His name's Bill.
We had dinner last night.
Yeah. So, they've been sort of, they've gone through that process. So that warps them.
The eyes aren't there.
They're
glass
stuffed
eyes
and mounted and that kind of stuff. Corwin says, please sit. Make yourselves at home. And he makes his way over to the bar and he gets a tray and some tankards and some mead and said, the master will be here shortly. Please feel free to look around.
Is there anywhere up near the roofing area that looks like I could use as a perch?
Yeah, you could definitely fly up onto the.
Yeah, this is a
onto the
strategic
second.
move because I don't want to be down with you guys in case everything goes south, and at least I want to be able to,
We're well aware of your tactics by now.
my
I think.
tactics, my pencil. Okay.
Moradius takes a seat at the table and looks expectantly at both food and or beverage coming towards him.
Yep. There's no food, but there definitely is beverages. So there's water and a fairly watered down mead as well.
Watered down.
Yeah.
Like
Like a
somebody's trying to
refreshment.
make it go a bit. Oh, okay.
Like a refreshment. Like,
Like
if
a
you
non-alcoholic beer.
Palate cleanser.
yeah. It's after a long day walking, traveling, it's not the kind of thing that you immediately like.
This mead has a lemonade topper in it.
It's not like you want to get hammered, so you don't want to go straight to the spirit straight after.
I want to get hammered.
So it's we've noticed. So they're refreshments more than they are things to get drunk. After a while, like do you walk around? Do you have a look at the some of the trophies?
Yeah, from my vantage point, I'm looking around.
Yeah, and you start walking around. You see a couple of the windows, and the thing that really hammers home in this place is it's idyllic. Like it looks beautiful here with the wooden palisade, with the wooden buildings, the canopy of the trees, the bustling of the brook that goes around. This is a really beautiful place, and the peaked roofs, while they add a nice aesthetic, they're also very good. Like you're like, oh, in the winter the snow would just pile straight off those. This is a place that's designed to be both comfortable but also classy. Like
Does it look too good to be true?
It's a bed and breakfast like you wouldn't believe. Like I would love to go to. After a little while, no, it doesn't look too good to be true. It looks like worn, and it looks like many good times. Like even the table itself, when you get a wood that has been polished or has been so used that it gets smooth.
It's like silky because it's been
it's
touched
got
so
that
much.
silky stuff. It's like this table has been wiped down and polished and stuff. And Luke's still giggling because I said,
the difference between one and a half beers and one beer, guys. Sorry, I mean I'm on my own here giggling in the polished wood.
No, I was trying to get to a silky wood that has been polished so much because I've touched it.
So
Sorry, Justin.
Eventually,
This is the difference between a non-alcoholic
Yeah, that's
beer and a beer.
I'm not joining in.
I'm rising above it.
Yeah. Eventually, a man walks in. wearing a fur-lined cloak. His studded leather armor, which he wears, looks worn and well used,
Looks
although
serious.
well cared for. He stands about 6 feet 6 inches tall.
Oh, he's a small man.
Has black hair and very broad shoulders. His eyes are blue and cold and sharp as ice. He sports a very neatly trimmed beard, and he moves with the confidence of one who fears nothing. And he kind of walks into the room and he stands, he says, "Greetings.
Hello, Mr. Falcon.
You're welcome at my place. Please make yourselves at home. I have but a few rules. While you are here, you are not only guests, you are part of the lodge. It is expected that you will pitch in. Your broom will be free, unless you do not want to pitch in. And at that point, you will have to pay. It is also something that I would expect that you would take up arms should we be under attack. Feel free to enjoy the amenities, but please be respectful."
Can I just say, sorry,
Yep.
for the benefit of our listeners, that was Justin, not an AI generated voice.
Justin's not on the spectrum.
Why do you talk like this?
What would we be attacked by?
Well, there have been sightings of orcs recently
Oh, yes, we can deal with orcs.
in nearby places.
And giants, ogres,
Yes, we've dealt with ogres and orcs and
They're ugly,
dragons.
ugly brutes.
rat folk.
Were
Not so
rats.
much.
Where rats?
You have heard of the dragon, I see.
Yes, that's why we're here.
And your names are?
My name is J.R. Lockwood, at your service. This is Meridius and Nicron.
My axe is at your service, good sir.
That is good. Please, let us have a good time together. Share some stories. How long will you expect to be staying?
Just overnight at this stage, but we would like to talk to you about a couple of things if possible.
And your business here?
We are passing through. We are here to deliver goods to Tybor.
The Woodmans.
Yes.
Have you not seen the woods to the north?
We did see some stuff on the way here, but we haven't been there yet, so we're not sure how it took out. We saw the dragon was in that direction.
Is there something you know that we don't?
We spied this morning. The dragon seems to be in that area.
Well,
I really hope the loggers are well.
us too. That is one of the reasons why we're here.
Do
This
we
place.
have time to wait? Should we head to save them sooner rather than later?
What time is it?
It's evening
Yeah.
by this point. It's
Getting
like
dark.
late. It's like dinner will be prepared soon.
Oh, don't worry about it.
This is looks like a well defensible area.
Yes.
Are you able to house some extra people that if with this dragon about, we're hoping to get rid of it, but we're not having much luck.
Unfortunately, I am very remote. Here would not be the most secure place.
Well, for one, we got to if those woodsmen have been attacked, we might need to bring them back here. Is that okay?
Oh, of course, I would lend a hand with anything that I could do to help.
Do you have any healers here?
It is just the three of us here at the moment. We have not had travelers since the dragon.
Falcon, would you come with us to the north?
Unfortunately, I am needed here. Neither Bell nor Corwin could take care of the place if orcs attacked.
Just for a day or two. Oh, orc attack, of course. Yes, that would be, even the palisade would be overrun. Of course, yes.
There are a nasty lot of orcs, I fear, have moved in due to the dragon.
When did you last see the orcs? I see your trophy display has somewhat been refreshed
He kind
of late.
as you say that, Corwin, who was like milling around, doing some serving, getting platters, getting food, you see Pell running around. Corwin stops for a second and gives a bit of a look at Falcon and sort of shakes his head. And Falcon looks at him and you see him sort of put his hand down as a little placating measure to say, like, just, it's okay, stop. moment, like not now, that kind of gesture. And he says, yes, I will not stand for neighbors of these kinds. Corwin does not like it.
Is there an insight check we can do to understand what was passed between them, unsaid but seen?
Yeah, you can.
I've just realised I haven't got my character sheet out.
13 on the
I don't
inside
need
check
it.
from Nykreen. Go on. You got me better than that, didn't you?
No. Radius doesn't care. There's bread coming.
13 on insight.
9.
I just got a 10, so yeah.
Yeah, I guess the insight that you've got is that Corwin believes something about the orcs. Falcon believes something different. So, I
okay.
guess, I mean, you could ask him directly if you wanted to.
Well, yeah, we are more than happy to help with any orcs. If we see any on our way out, we'll make sure we get rid of them. We are well versed in killing orcs, unfortunately. They've plagued us a little bit on our travels lately.
They are a plague and a scourge on our fair Neverwinter wood. They have driven many as with the dragon.
Have you-
The hunters
Have
who
you
come here to hunt in the woods.
have you ever dealt with anything like a dragon before?
Not personally, I have not. I have killed many a beast.
Do you know anything about dragons that we could use to help kill this dragon or beast?
Or might you have something we could take with us to help us slay this dragon?
Maybe. You seem to be kitted up. I could maybe sharpen weapons. Repair your armors. We have a forge here.
That would be fantastic. I've, not had a good armor repair in quite some time. The blacksmith at Van Dalen was,
Average.
well, costly.
It would take time.
Oh,
This would be more than the overnight stay
We-
that you were perhaps
I'm
asking.
not willing to let Tybor out there with that dragon around without seeing what's going on. They may need some help.
Yes,
tomorrow.
we'll head out for Tybor first thing in the morning.
There is nothing to be done for them in the night. Perhaps we should sit and speak of things. You could tell a tale.
Oh,
perhaps.
I'm very good at telling
And
tales.
he kind of, for the first time, looks at Nykreen. And as per usual, even with a guy who's made of stone, Nykreen is the oddity of your group. Like, a giant blue bird. I have not heard tales of your people. Of course, I have run across them in the woods.
You've run over my people?
No, across them. It is customary for my guests to eat and partake, perhaps share some mead and wine.
That's a good idea. Let's eat and drink and share some stories.
Mm-hmm. He kind of sits down and, over the course of a little while.
Over to you, Nykreen.
Over the course of...
Do you have any nut roast? That's a legit
It's
thing.
more like a sausage sizzle around this table.
I've polished the wood. Over the course of a little while, you get some game, some deer. Like the fare
delightful.
here is quite simple. It's very what you would expect, farm-like, kind of a bit rural. These guys fend for themselves. There's crusty rye-like bread that's that you can still see some seeds in.
Yeah, lovely.
The meat that comes out is succulent. It's fresh. You can tell that it is fresh.
This is such a
And
good
it's-
sausage.
Yeah, it is beautiful. And he kind of he pours some mead and he says, "Do you like wine?
Oh, yes, actually, we have brought you a gift.
You have?" And he kind of perks up. For the first time, like, you get the idea. This guy's pretty serious. He hasn't broken a smile in the entire time that you have been here. And for the first time, his eyebrow shoots up.
Yes, sorry,
and
with
a small twinkle in his cold blue eyes.
all this excitement of us, somber excitement, I guess, of talking about the dragon, I totally forgot. And I go into the pack and bring out the nice bottle of wine that we got given to
Oh,
bring to Falcon.
I see this is made from elves.
Made by elves?
By elves, but very clearly by elves.
This is a wonderful drop. Where did you find this in such a remote area?
Oh, we have, as I said, we've been helping out the town of Fandalen. They're really scared over there with the dragon flying about and stuff, and we got it as a bit of a reward for helping out some of the townsfolk.
This is most appreciated. Perhaps we
Quite
should
welcome.
drink it right now.
Barthen passed on his regards and said you might enjoy this drop.
He is a good man. And he starts pouring the wine, and it's probably come to time where he's asking you to maybe regale him with some of the stories or of your deeds or past, or even some things that you've done. So what kind of things would you be talking about?
Oh, well, go on, Nikron.
You're the storyteller here.
I am, but I like to hear you say it.
I must get the recipe for these sausages. They're fantastic.
Well, what would you, how, you want to know the recent stories that we've done, or would you like something a bit more ancient, or,
Do not have or have not had company for a while, so anything would be a reprieve from
well,
the silence.
would you like some books?
I do like reading.
He pulls out the entire collection of Bilson Moon.
Where on earth did you have that?
And they're polished like silk.
Oh,
like
sorry, the
table.
entire collection is one book.
How dare you, sir?
And all the pages are stuck together.
On the house. Would you like me to sign them? My name is J.R. Lockwood, but I go under the pseudonym Bilson Moon. Everyone knows that now. That secret is out. I've told way too many people.
I think, yes. The ruse is over.
Well, there's many a talk of sword in those books. There's not a fight to be seen.
Sword swallowing, yes.
And he starts kind of, and you see his eyes kind of wiggle in a twinkle, and the corners of his eyes kind of crinkle up, and a slight smile. You're Bilson Moon.
Yes. Maybe keep him out of Pell's reach for a little bit longer.
At which point he moves over to a bookshelf and he plucks a book.
First edition.
The Hideous Harpy's Horn was one of yours.
Yes, one of my early ones.
I have had this book for a while. This is interesting writing.
Well researched. You wouldn't believe the claw marks that I had to heal from after that.
JR,
Yes.
I think Falcon could sit for one of the covers of your books. He
Well,
has
yes,
the demeanor.
I mean, I'm not. I'm obviously trying to get out of that work, but yes, he would.
If you ever do a reprinting, we could come here for some sittings, I think. The food's quite good and, the air's wonderful. Bed and breakfast. You could do air,
Yes.
bed,
Ooh.
breakfast all at the same time.
The hunter's polished bow kind of writes itself.
And the night passes. You drink the bottle of wine. Happiness and warmth go over you. Eventually, he leads you up to sort of it's like a well-furnished sort of a bunk area, like, a place where you might, if you've been on school camp, you'd be very familiar with like a boarding bunk almost, but it's not like your usual kind of military-esque stuff. It's very warm. It's very comfortable. And he says, "I hope these will be fine for their night."
Very comfortable. Very, very much feels like home and any kind of military establishment. JR, would you like a little spoon or big spoon?
I would definitely go the little. Before we're going to be leaving bright and early, I assume you'll probably be up, but take this stone, and he gives him one of the messaging stones.
Oh.
Since we're going out far, if you hold on to this and we find that there is some help, we need some help with bringing woodsmen back, we might call you on this stone to require some help, and then we'll collect on our way back through afterwards, okay?
It is magical.
Yes.
get your rule book out for it. How far away do these reach?
Fuck.
Far enough.
Through the whole night, Moradius has been quite reserved, just listening to the stories, but really paying attention to Falcon. And Moradius would have helped clear the table and do the washing up.
You probably at that point would have garnered a smile from the from both your host and the men that live there. And you get the idea, like, you know, both both of them sit and eat at the table with you. Like, they're not servants; they're part of the whole thing. And you get here, it's not a hierarchy as such, even though they call Falcon Master. They live together, and he treats them with as much respect. He passes them things. He serves them as much as they serve him. He gets rounds of drinks at any point. If you want to stand up and get your own rounds of drinks, you're quite welcome to. And you get the idea that when you are here, you are part of this. You are part of this commune of people, and they, you know, that you're quite welcome to be part of it. If that makes sense.
Moradius got that on the entry. That, like, it was like, you're welcome into the kind of military fold. That, you know, once you're part of this faction, while you're here, you're part of us. You help out, but we take care of you. I think he was attracted to that and saw that immediately, and knew that, yep, you've got to do your jobs, you've got to do your chores while you're here. Someone else can clean the latrines. I'll do the dishes tonight.
He also talks to you a little bit, like, I guess it would, to give you more of a sense of this place, he could speak to you like, yes, nobility come here, but when nobility come here, it's not like they sit in the dining hall. It's more they're guests here, and they stay in the other house. So they stay in the guest house, but they pay a premium price for that service. And that's when Falcon and the entire lodge are the servants to those people. They serve, they take them out hunting, they act as their guides, they do a whole heap of stuff for them. When other people come, if they want to stay for free, they're quite welcome to open their doors, as long as there's a bit of give and take. Like the fact that you brought wine ingratiated you. The fact that if people come here, you know, obviously their hospitality is not never ending, so they expect people to pull their weight, maybe go hunting, maybe bring things. Yeah.
As for the sending stone, I forgot it's 5e. There's no range limit.
Is there not really?
Yeah.
Flipping.
It's just
You
once
can
per
go
day.
across planes, right?
Yeah.
So the building itself is fully enclosed?
Yeah.
So was there a high point?
Yeah, there's like a tower, I guess,
Yeah.
that you could go and perch in there. It's quite cool at night.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I've got my plumage. I'm all good. I'm used to outdoor weather.
He fluffs himself up and it
That's
looks like a
right.
golf ball.
Yeah, do my usual thing. And then, you know, like how you see birds just
Do you
kinda
wear
like-
clothes?
Why?
I'm just curious.
Just a bow tie.
I wouldn't want to be uncouth.
Like, you don't have armor on, but do you have clothes on, or are you just blue?
You know, I might have a one piece, but
Because you don't have any genitals, so it's like, you know.
whoa.
What are you doing?
Don't be making assumptions.
We have a cloaca. And
Yeah,
you know,
no.
you
I'm an
don't need to worry about it.
Arakukra doesn't mean I'm an actual bird. I'm a bird man.
We
I have arms.
Hmm?
So if I have arms.
So you have clothes.
Hang on, no. Hang on. Don't deflect the actual conversation we're actually having. Anatomically, I have things that a normal bird doesn't. So don't make any assumptions about cloacas and whackers and whatever.
We have had it canon since episode 3 that you
Yeah,
have
no.
cloaca.
You may have made that comment about it, but I don't think we canonized anything.
Two human-sized arms and one baby's arm, I think is what he said.
Roll the tape, Brett.
Holding an apple. I haven't really thought about it. Really, I don't know that I maybe something like not like a tabard, but something like a sash, maybe, because I don't wear armor. Because
It's somewhere
I'm
to
a
put your spell
spellcaster.
components, right?
well, because I'm a sorcerer, I don't need spell components.
That's what I'm asking. Like,
Oh, of course.
I don't actually have.
Well, I could. I actually no, that's not true. I do. So I think of it this way. You know how like Worf in Star Trek has that sash, the metal thing. Think of it like or a Chewbacca. There you go. There we go. Chewbacca.
A bandolier.
Yeah, a bandolier with like little compartments for little bits
but
and
he
bobs
doesn't
to
have
go in.
clothes. That's what I was asking, because I don't think I've ever seen you use an item, and I'm curious.
Mm.
I don't need any weapons.
It's really
'cause I am a
cold
weapon.
on the Falcon. That's why he doesn't have clothes. Like Wicket has clothes.
Yeah, that's the way I look at it.
Hmm.
Somewhere to maybe store things, but no, nothing clothing.
It's functional, but
yeah.
only for, yeah.
The night passes uneventfully and you wake up.
Maradius gets up very early and takes a watch.
Even before you wake up, outside the door is a basket. Inside, freshly baked bread. The smell of it almost warms you. It's a buttery, like croissant type bread that seems to be folded in. There's some dried meats in there that are parceled up, as if a provision for the day. Yeah, to-go pack has been made
It's a polite get
for
lost.
you. You know, there's no signs as you get up in the morning of either any of the residents here, of anyone. But yeah, you know, you get the feeling you're quite welcome to let yourselves out. Your wagon is sitting there ready for you to go. All you have to do is hitch Vincent the oxen up to it. Obviously, they don't want to leave him hitched up all night. And, you know, you can set off in the morning on your way. I assume you get off quite early.
Yep.
Yeah, just make a a spot check. Luke? Oh, sorry. It's Nikron?
Nikron is still waking up, a little bit fuzzy around the edges. Got a 9 first perception.
Maradius bright and early, 23. Natural
23.
20.
Good on
21.
21. The two of you, as you kind of walking out, you know, you see a bit of a movement just near the side of the lodge on the other side of the walls, and there's Falcon kind of looking at you, bow in hand, through the bushes, and his steely blue-eyed gaze sees you and he nods as if to say, "Good journey." And you set off on your early morning through the mists of
Maradius
Falcon's
is going
Lodge.
to doff his cap, just a little salute back to Falcon. And that's it for a natural 20. That's what you're going to give me. We see Falcon.
You see Falcon.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
It's also at that time as you're rummaging through the pack, as I would assume Maradius does, there's a little note saying you are welcome back. Perhaps drop in on the way back from the loggers' camp.
So Nikron, just as he's about to come off in the bell tower, unexpectedly takes a massive shit and then prestidigitates it clean.
Before the arrow comes flying in at you.
JR,
Yes.
you know I would follow you everywhere, and I find it quite the privilege to see you go about your business and explore the world, and it's quite an intrigue for me to see how you explore and open up the world. I think that's wonderful.
Oh, thank you, Maradius.
But this is my kind of place.
Oh.
I felt quite at home at that lodge. It felt like somewhere that I could settle down once all of my journeys are done. A place like that wouldn't be far from something I would dream of.
Yes, it was quite lovely. It was a bit quiet, and I'm not sure. I felt a bit.
Yeah, delightful.
I felt a bit rude if I was to suggest to like playing some music or anything, but yes, it was quite lovely, and it was a very lovely, break from the horrors we're facing at the moment.
Can you imagine a quiet drink, a nice meal, and a good book?
Yes. Are you planning on staying there?
No. As I say, I don't think my journeys are done, and following you through this world is providing me with a whole heap of opportunity to explore the world in ways that I didn't think I would be able to because of this. And he points down at himself.
Well, maybe after we kill this dragon and I become mayor of Fandalen, you can settle in and I can come up and stay with you and we can relive the glory days.
I remember you saying that. I'm not sure my settling in days are sometime soon. I have much more to see of the world and much more to do. There is proving to be done.
It's true. There's lots to do in this world.
But to the travel. You start moving through the Neverwinter woods, and the woods here start getting thicker and thicker. Who's got survival?
I have everything. I'm a bard.
Yeah.
I survive.
I will survive. So who has the highest wisdom modifier? I guess that's the better question, because it's the person with the highest wisdom modifier that I'm going to make the survival expert.
So my survival's at +3, if that's useful.
Yeah. What's
Yeah,
wisdom?
mine's only
Plus
+1.
Yeah.
Okay, so Maradius takes the lead a little bit as you walk. You're walking again. The cart's not big enough for you to really sit on. It's just a small, like hand-drawn cart type thing. Can you just make me a survival check, please, Maradius?
Is it too thick in the trees for me to be flying above?
Yeah, it is
I've had to
very
grind.
thick. I mean, this reminds you of home, though. Like, the trees are tall. Yes, you can be flying above, but it's more like you perch to perch.
Yes.
Kind of thing. So you're quite used to this type of travel, actually, being 30, 40 foot up in the air.
Can I just say, my daughter watched the movie Rio recently
Oh, yeah.
with the blue birds. That made me think of you.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
I'm waiting for you to break out
us
the
birds all
salsa.
look the same. Yeah. All right, I get it. Thank you very much, JR.
That bird has a sash too.
It does.
Doesn't have any arms though, right?
It does.
Or a dick. Okay.
Whoa. All right. So for the first hex of travel, can you tell me what your survival was?
18.
An 18. You start moving through, finding trail after trail. Like it's overgrown enough through here that it's not really as
is
clear
real
as it
woodland-
was.
woodland going.
Yeah, there are trails through here and a way of getting through, but it is real woodlands, as you say. So easy to get lost. The trails break off enough that you can probably take the wrong one and go the wrong way. Just another one of those checks, please, from our leader.
We all know no one wants to back Vincent up. He's terrible in reverse. Oh, 21.
A 21 also continues along. You think that you are going quite well through there. Just everybody right now, let's just make that. Tell me what your passive perception is.
Passive perception.
I swear you've written this down like 3 times. 10.
I've never written it down,
10.
otherwise I wouldn't ask you.
10, 10, 10.
And nor
10.
will I ever.
10, 10, 13.
Yeah.
10, 10, and 13.
Sure, 13.
Shortly after, like a small break in the trees happens, you have a small encounter about 60 feet ahead of you. You can see a wild boar standing in this clearing. The boar just glares at you in what can only be described as suspiciously.
The what?
It just looks. It's looking at you suspiciously.
Suspiciously stares.
It's
a boar
looking. It's
suspiciously
looking at you
stares at us.
suspiciously.
JR,
It's the only way to describe it.
Yes.
is that boar looking at us like it knows us and disapproves?
Yeah. Yes.
Has it read your books?
I was going to say, it looks like my mother when she found out what I did for a living.
Right. I do have a couple of spears, and that would make a nice addition to Falcon's table.
Yes, I would.
Are we a go?
A racist boar. Okay, I'm going to take a fire shot at it.
I'm driving the cart, so my hands are busy.
Righto.
Staring at me like it has a problem with the fact that I'm blue and I'm a bird.
You didn't even ask. You just went straight for Firebolt or Immolation.
Why not? We'll cook it
There
and
you
we'll eat
go.
it as we go. Nah.
How far away is it, Justin?
60 feet.
You go. You wanted to do it as a
Oh, I got nothing
A
at
trophy.
60 feet.
Oh, you got nothing at 60 feet? Can I take a perception check? Why is it looking suspicious?
No, it's looking at you.
Yes, no, I get it. But why is it looking at me suspiciously?
Because you're trespassing into its land.
Oh,
or
we're
something.
trespassing into its land?
Yeah, it's like
land.
it's looking at
Later.
you like it's looking at you in a it's looking at you in a suspicious manner, like it's keeping an eye on you.
Okay, can I
Yeah.
move
Sorry,
to the
it hasn't
not
committed a crime.
Okay, yeah.
and it's looking like ooh, and it's sneaking
It's
along.
stood next to a cart that it's trying to jack in the name
That's
of
right. That's right.
Can I fly over?
That's a bad turn. I need to drink. And I thought my words were bad enough.
See, I thought, it's a wild-shaped druid.
Yeah.
Can I fly to the nearest tree, like branch near it? So I'm off the ground. I don't want to get charged by a boar. It would be embarrassing to die at the hands of a boar. Not that it has hands, although I have hands on a hoof of a boar, should I say. I don't know, whatever.
Does it have a dick?
Jeez,
I'm not close enough to tell yet. Why do you think I'm moving up? Yeah, so I move up. What does it do?
So how close? Describe. I need more details then.
Right, so I'm guessing it's in a bit of a clearing, did you say?
Yeah.
So the
So 60-foot clearing. It's on the other side.
Okay, so the trees on the other side, I want to basically go, I'm going to fly over to the nearest branch, the branch closest to the boar.
Yep. So you're going to move towards it.
Yes.
Okay.
Gosh,
At that
it's
point,
round as a boar.
as you are starting to move towards it, we're just going to initiate the idea of combat, but not combat. I just need to know who moves
Is
first.
it a dance-off?
It's a total dance off. Can I just say, I have found a new set of dice and I love these. So I have bought these from Imaginary Adventures.
Show it to the camera.
They are beautiful. I have never actually been enamored by a set of dice like I am
Ever?
with these
are
ones.
nice.
Not really as much as I genuinely love these dice. These dice to me just epitomize the idea of Dungeons and Dragons to me. The writing on them is a different
the font. Yeah, it is
they've
nice
got
font.
a nice like a mix of purples and blues and yellows in them. They
Almost
just
semi-precious.
they
stone
look like stones. So I don't know. I fell in love with them in the shop, and I'm loving them.
Check
now.
out Imaginary Adventures. They're really good. You can find them online.
Yep.
The shop is a wonderful one, and the proprietary is similarly wonderful.
Yeah,
Indeed.
yeah. All right. Initiatives roll.
Sorry, proprietor.
Proprietor. All right. What did you get, please?
I got a
Nikon.
grand total of 9.
Of 9. What did you
I mean,
get
I am
there,
up a tree,
Moradius?
so good luck.
3.
And yourself, JR Lockwood?
11.
JR, you seem to have, if you would like to do anything, I'm going to give you the chance to move first.
Does this ball speak English? Because otherwise none of my spells work.
What do you think?
I just sit
Yes.
in
It pulls out a pipe and a pair of glasses and a smoking jacket. Right, hell, tally-ho!
Sometimes
Sits there
I've
and
heard.
goes, George.
Sometimes I've heard you read a book.
Pepper ball.
I've heard you read a book sometimes, and it's quite the bore.
Well, I'm gonna try a 60 feet. You said, right?
60 feet, I say.
I'm gonna try vicious
4,
mockery
so you got-
anyway, because how else am I going to tell if it speaks English?
What are you going to cast?
Mockerize it.
Vicious mockery.
Is this the one that
Vicious
gives it
mockery.
is this Sleep Strike?
No, this is the one that
Is this
does
cackling?
damage,
This is cackling.
but it has to be able to understand my language.
Your mother was a pig.
understand my language I speak.
You bacon.
I'll be like, you will be utterly delicious. Wait, it's a pig. Pigs don't
Yes,
have udder.
that's a
I was
cow.
doing
Yeah.
Vincent turns and looks at you like, what the hell?
Wow.
Yep.
Especially because he doesn't have udders either. Yep. And
Yep.
so what happens?
If it can understand English, it takes 1d4 damage.
Okay.
If it can understand
Let's see.
And then,
English,
and then it needs to make a will save.
Let's
that
see if
psychic
it's,
confusion damage with that check?
A wisdom saves.
Okay.
2 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And if it fails its wisdom save, then it takes...
What does it need to roll for a wisdom save?
What dice? Or do you mean what DC?
What dice?
10,
You really have forgotten how to play this game.
I never learned in the first place.
Forward roll, I think.
14.
A 14. Okay. And what happens if it fails?
Disadvantage on next
Okay.
attack.
All right. What does it look like, the damage of this?
Psychic.
Yeah, but what does it look like? Like, how would you know if it's being damaged? How would you know if you're doing this? Like, you're saying, if I do this to somebody, how do you know that it's being damaged?
It would look insulting and go, oh!
So it goes from suspicious to insulted.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know. How do you know if you insult someone?
I guess that's the, especially a boar's facial expressions. It looks piggishly at you.
It looks boorish.
Yeah. Luke, what does Nikron do?
Now, Nikron's going to delay if that is yeah.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see what happens. I'm enjoying watching this verbal jibe between.
No,
halfling
you
and a
haven't
boar.
moved yet. Just so that you know.
I'm still on the perch.
Yeah,
I flew
you
up there.
haven't. You haven't moved the 60 foot across the.
Oh, I
the
thought I
way.
had. That was
No,
what
this
triggered
was
it.
this was to know because you approaching it would have triggered some reaction from it.
Oh, so
So
I've made,
I just
made
wanted
to
to know
move and
whether
then this
you
is
go
when-
first, it goes first, or whatever.
Right. So now I'm going to move to my branch.
Okay, so you move forwards to your branch at the same time as you get closer with your passive perception of 10. I remembered. I'll ask again.
No, mine was 13.
No, his was 10.
Yeah.
Defense was 14. Don't do that to me.
Oh, dude.
You see that it looks insulted as it turns into the shrub
Turns into a shrub.
and runs.
Hang on.
So it
hang on.
moves-
It was a boar
Mm-hmm.
which has legs, and now it's turned into a shrub
Yeah, so you can't see
and
it.
runs.
Yeah, so you can't see
With a
it.
penis.
Wait. Are you saying it turned?
It turns and runs into the shrubs.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Fucking hell.
Oh, you're
Was that all me? Was that me?
Yeah.
That wasn't me, was it?
It was all you.
It was all me.
It was
Okay.
mainly you.
It was mainly me.
You are a cleric on a boar. You have turned boar.
I know it's a fantasy game. What the fuck is going on?
I'm fantasizing
Yeah,
with someone
Luke's-
knew how to play it.
Luke's been studying Frank
a
Zappa.
shapeshifter.
Yeah, he's been studying Frank Zappa again.
I think the words are impetuous boy.
Yeah. So
Wow.
it turns into
That
the
was the
shrubs
thing. I really
behind
thought
it.
that was what he said. Sorry,
and
Justin.
and it moves into the cover of shrubbery.
Yes, because it's still a boar, and to change into a shrub would be weird.
It would
Coming from
be
the
weird.
flying, the man bird with arms and a dick.
Yeah, but can you
Who
just
defeated a living plinth?
make a perception check for me there?
Let's try and keep it on the table. Wow, the wheels really have come off. Perception is 19.
You swear as it passes between shrub to shrub. It's not a shrub, but as it passes to shrub.
It changes into two different shrubs.
Yeah, as it passes from shrub to shrub, you swear that you see one of its hooves turn into something that looks like hands as it moves off and disappears in shrubbery. It actually moves out of your view.
Do I get the impression it's actually like gone, or it's just there
it's gone.
hiding?
And it's into the shrubs. And as it moves from like between just a small opening, you can see that it's kind of its hoof almost bulges, and you swear you see a hand come out from the hoof, and then it goes back into shrubs and disappears again.
Now, hang on. Before, so I was delayed. So can I do an action?
No,
now?
because you move 60 feet. Remember?
Okay.
So you move 60 foot to the perch. Are you okay? Are you having an aneurysm?
4.5%. 1 point. I'm not convinced though. That's just cool. Am I giving you right to drive?
I've never seen you this confused
I am spam.
before.
It's the heat. I'm going to blame the heat. It's very warm in this
You
room.
haven't
is.
been eating lollies as well, so your blood sugar's down.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got more movement if you're a 50-foot flyer and you've just moved 60 feet.
Yeah, I don't
You
think I
do
want to
have-
run after this, fly after this thing, whatever.
Yeah. What are you going to do there as you see this pig turn around and move into the shrubbery behind it?
Pull a javelin and move 30 foot up and say to JR, stay behind me. These things charge.
Mhm.
I'm not getting off the cart. I have nothing that can do a pig. It doesn't understand English, so
Do a pig. Do a pig.
You are. Where are you at?
I'm sorry, guys.
yeah. So I mean, unless it comes up to me and I stab it with my sword, which I don't use very
Don't
much.
do that. Just
I'm
stay
just gonna sit
protected on
here
the
on the
cart.
cart
Take
and-
care of Vincent.
Yeah.
Mosey up quietly and
And I'll heal you guys if you
Gently.
get damaged. But yeah, at the moment,
So I'm 60 foot away from you guys over on a branch. at the
You
moment,
definitely
right?
are on the other
Are
side
we
of the copse.
chasing this?
I've moved 30 feet up, so I'm halfway between JR and you. Javelin in hand.
Mhm. And you hear from across the way.
well, I'm not that.
Oh, you're not going to repeat it?
Sorry. Are we chasing this?
I mean, we do need to get to the guys, but if you want to chase after it, I'll keep going, and then you catch up.
Tybor is the priority.
Pardon? Tybor.
Yeah, that's his name.
Right. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, dude. Oh, my goodness.
No. Boar. Why have you called
Can
it
I
Tybor?
ask you something?
It's a boar. I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
where did you get
Oh
Tybor
my
from?
God.
do we need to stop, Leaky? Okay.
I'm
Do we
really
need
starting to
5 minutes?
actually worry now.
Do you have an emergency pen or something like that we need to...
There is a conflagration here right now that the dude's name happens to be Tybor. You've hit a boar. Luke's thinking about shrubs and
Bush
boars.
boar.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'm there. I'm with you guys. Sorry.
Yeah. Are you going to give this thing chase or no?
No, I'm
I
going
don't
to dig
think it's-
down until I can find water and make a bore.
That
I'm
was
good.
utterly terrible.
I'll let them take the lead.
Okay. All right. What are you going to do?
Just keep driving the cart.
Okay. And you continue moving onward. You can have another survival check as you move forwards.
9.
Okay. 9.
He's the only one with survival. I don't know why you
Yep.
keep looking
I
at
have
me. Or are
survival.
you actually worried whether I'm going
Yeah,
to
I'm just
survive the evening?
I'm monitoring you
Right,
right
can I
now.
aid
I'm
him?
visually monitoring you. You're looking at me suspiciously.
Am I having a turn?
Can I aid
funny
him?
turn.
Or?
No, only the person with the highest amount of wisdom at this point can do this. And you start moving off into a place. Make another wisdom check for me.
20.
After
Nice.
about an hour, you're like, oh shit, I think I've gone the wrong way. I'm making a turn.
I've been turned around by that boar, that bloody boar.
And you
Tree
get
boy.
back on track. And just one more survival check.
11.
You emerge from the woods. The logging camp spreads along the south shore of the river, where a dozen tents are arranged on a sandy beach. Near a dock stands a cabin with logs stacked under an awning. Older cabins close by have been torn down, it looks like, to leave only stone chimneys and foundations. A grim silence hangs over the camp as you see no one around. There are wisps of smoke from campfires or a campfire. Actually, there are two from campfires that would have been lit very recently. You're heading in from the east, so you're moving west along the trail. The river is north of you, and the camp is before you. The logging, the actual structure that you see is on the far side from you.
Across the water.
Not across the water, across the camp. So the camp
Right.
camp's quite large. It's about 150 feet.
People?
Is there
12
much
tents.
sign of people or anything like that?
Quite. You see no one. It's eerily silent. There's no animals. There's no sound of people.
Any smoke
There's wisps of smoke from the campfire, but they look like they're doused. The structures that have been knocked over with the chimneys that are still on them are fairly temporary, like mining structures, I guess, like tents that have all been trampled. It looks like a massive amount of destruction has come through here quite recently. You can see massive ruts in the ground. Across the river, you can see trees that have been knocked over, like broken almost. You can see shards that have been exploded.
So what
a
you're saying
little
is
bit.
it looks like a dragon's come through here, right?
Yeah, definitely across the river. Just make that I guess it is a knowledge nature check for me.
I have that.
Yeah, I've got a bit of that. 17.
Mm-hmm.
11.
11. Anything from
Well, look,
Marius?
I don't have any bonuses to it, but I rolled a 17.
Okay.
Oh, fuck off.
You get the idea, like the three of you start discussing it just sort of on the edge of the road, and you get the idea that maybe across the river looks like dragon sign, just the way that the tops of the trees are broken and the shrubs and the tops of the area, the whole canopy seems like it's been dispersed or disrupted.
Is there frost all over it?
There isn't signs of frost, but it's like it would have thawed by this point, even if it was there.
Right.
But on this side of the river, it's like there is nothing above it, so that you can see the canopy of the trees. You can see
Nothing's broken. All the foliage is
yeah,
intact.
Yeah, it looks weird on this side.
Morales will stick his hand out and just say, hold, watch. Just want to watch for a good 5-10 minutes and make sure
Yep.
he can do a proper perception in this place, make sure he's seeing what needs to be seen, see if there's anything that comes out or goes in. Or
Sorry, how far away is the other side?
Yeah, about 120 feet.
Can I do a perception to see if I can spot anything more?
Yeah, please.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Mhm.
That only gives it to me. For the duration, you sense a presence of magic within 30 feet of you.
Yeah.
So I know that obviously that's a lot further away, but I just want to get that up and going now because it runs for up to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
With a concentration check. So that's where I am.
So you
Yeah,
cast.
I'm just after seeing a boar run off on hands,
Mhm.
I thought it'd be prudent to do that.
We don't know that though, right? Only
You
saw
know, I
that.
haven't said that to you. I'm not sure whether I've seen that, but I'm just, just hedging my bets here.
Yeah. You're looking, the first thing that you see along the road, like if you're walking in here, you assume that there would be 2 campfires. So as you come out of the road moving west, there's an encampment with some tents around it with a campfire in the middle. Those tents have sort of been knocked down a little bit, and there are some ruts through the ground as if something has come through in here and torn these tents apart. Just to the north of that, there's another sort of circle of tents with another campfire in between it. There's mounds of logs sort of just north of where a cabin has also been knocked down, and you can see the remains of a chimney. On the far side of that, you see the main structure, which is still intact with an awning and a stack of logs under it. And then past that, sort of up a bit of a hill and a little ledge, you can see the remains of 2 other cabins that have been knocked down as well. Yeah.
Morales is going to suggest we leave Vincent in the cart here and go quietly and on foot from cover to cover to see what we can see. There's no point in exposing ourselves any further to what may be an aerial attack.
Is any of the tents open?
The tents are
Like
not
standing?
Like imagine parts of them are standing. Like something has gone through here and just torn through.
I grab let's cover a tent over the cart. Try it so it looks kind of like a tent.
If we just leave it in the trees, it should be fine. The time we take to do the tent.
You tell that to those trees over there.
Oh, fair enough.
Excuse me, gentlemen, and I'm just going to fly off and do a little low level circle around
around the area.
Yeah.
So you
like
spend,
tree height. I don't want to go above the trees and sit.
So you're about 20 foot above the place.
Buzz
so
the tower.
You kind of fly around and you get a really good picture of this. This is
my detect magic.
This is a camp with lots of logs in the water. There, you can see that they've cut trees down from further up. They've the trees then get chucked into the river. They float the trees down to here where they're pulled on. So you can see off the dock. There's all the accoutrements of pulling big logs out of the water and then stacking them up and there is 4 distinct stacks that are here, 2 new ones that are quite wet and moist wood, and 2 older ones. And you can see some carts around that are sort of on their sides or that have been flipped.
And my detect magic doesn't ping anything?
No.
That's actually fascinating to think of medieval logging, how they moved giant trees on carts. How do they do that?
Well, the carts are so small you don't think they're moving trees on them.
All right.
So they're moving cut up bits of wood or lumber.
Lumber them. To the main structure, I think. Just check that no bodies or anything in the tents as we move through the campsite.
Any signs of struggle of blood. Yeah.
You start moving west, and as you get to that first sort of little encampment, or that is a circle of tents, there were at one point about 6 tents here in a bit of a circle. It's a nice little place. Logs around a campfire that would have made a little community kind of place here. And you walk in, you see the earth start to move.
Under my
You
feet?
see some of the turf below you start to turn and churn. You see a mandible erupt from the very bottom of the earth, followed by a head, followed by a carapace, followed by a creature that erupts from the earth that looks almost like a mantis.
Just one?
With a hard chitin armor around it. And it looks at you maniacally. I don't know. Am I allowed to have things look at people anymore? But it also says we'll see you next week.
Oh, how big's its penis?
According to this picture, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them are quite large.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It's a 6-footer.
I've always wanted to fight one of these.
What is it?
No,
Enkeg.
What?
Enkeg.
I don't know what that is. But I do like
One
cake.
of them?
It'll kill us.
You all right, Luke? You all right? You good?
No, I thought I was, and then,
Let's do that and open the door.
Please
and get to the area
do, yeah.
near.
Fuck. Sorry, guys. I lost